Good morning. Welcome to the sunny podcast. I really wanted to record this sunlight today and this cold morning and deliver you a message. It's like 9:30 in the morning and I have guests at home. And, every time I have guests, I'm questioning whether I'm a very, an acceptable host, because it's not easy to be a guest. It's not easy to be a host. And I guess in some ways, we're all guests in this world, We have limited amount of time here. We have limited amount of space where we're living in. I mean, if we're rich, we can buy more of that space. But I don't know, when I got back here to Lithuania, I've realized that I have a lot of space that is free, like the nature. In London, when I was living there, it felt like it was quite crowded. I couldn't expand as much as I can expand here. And now when I'm back home, and doing these little videos, doing these podcasts, or whatever you can call it, it feels like I don't know. I'm expanding more. I'm able to spread my wings. I'm able to talk more about the things that I'm interested in. I'm able to reply to people like I have time, I have space, and I think we all have that space somewhere in our lives. But whether we allow ourselves to take that space, like for example, I took myself out of Lithuania for 11 years, where my home is. I put myself in a different country, which is not a bad thing when you think about it. I challenged myself a lot. But I think I've drained myself a lot as well. Like my stamina, I don't have that much stamina as much as I had when I was 21 or something, but I still have things that I want to do. I still have passions, and I'm drawing a lot more than when I used to when I was in London. I'm using a lot of techniques that I used when I was a kid, and those techniques really bring me some sort of inner peace. I wanted to do that kind of style for a long time that I'm doing now, and I showed you in the last videos that I was doing drawings in. And that sort of etching kind of style of free, it's like freestyling, it's like I just want to draw a human being, so I put a human being on a piece of paper, like a shape, an abstract shape, and then I add some lines to make it nicer, almost like you're making a quilt or something. It's not so much about the subject or the image, but just some nice, some nice quilt work, and it's bringing me peace. And that space that I have here now, space is the place, like Sun Ra said, we're thinking about space outside of this earth, but look, I've got so much empty space here. There used to be a skate park here, actually, right here behind me, and now they destroyed it because it was too old and too rugged. I'm gonna go on that little hill right now. just to see if I'm gonna fall down or not. So that's the message for today. Well, first of all, I'm grateful that you guys are here with me today. I'm not gonna climb that hill. I'm just gonna stand here behind this hill because it's such nice sunlight. It's amazing. I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad that I'm here, enjoying that empty space behind me. That's free for anyone to use, and free to create something. But that's the thing, like, is the empty space there just to be an empty space? Because when you create something in it, you start filling up the space, and that's what we do. We fill up spaces. And maybe it's time to, respect the space, respect the peace. Space, peace, very similar words. I don't know how I came up with that subject, and it's not the first time it's coming up, but how do you create space? Like, I think that God is space. God you can create stuff, but can you create the space in which the stuff is created? Can we do that? Can we actually take nothing and turn it into space? Like, we can't. We can just take things, assemble them, and then it becomes, I don't know, a microchip that we put in the computers that nowadays it can store space. Well, that's what we do, I guess, with all the processors, and like Bitcoin has to have its own processor or its own modem. I don't know how you call it in English actually, but the little processor, I think, where we store Bitcoin. So we need to create these little boxes of space to store our Bitcoin, to store our money in. So it's just like big storehouses. And what if there's empty space to store our peace? Think about that. I think it's quite interesting. Quite an interesting topic, an interesting subject. And yeah, just wanted to say, don't fill up all the space in your life. Leave some open. Leave some space for unknowingness. Like, we don't know what's gonna happen. We don't know. This morning I woke up, I was doing my journaling. I was thinking, I'm in a bad mood, blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't know, I'm a bad host. I don't know what to do with people around me. Like, I need my space a lot. And then as soon as I start talking to my guests, I'm realizing that all of those thoughts just go away. They just go away. They just disappear, because when we're in our own heads, it's one thing. For me, it's quite dark. Like that sound in the background, somebody, I don't know, cutting metal. That's the kind of feeling that I have inside of my head. It's just somebody just cutting metal pieces into pieces. And then as soon as I start talking to somebody else, I realize, like, I love them, like, I don't have any bad feelings, bad emotions towards them. So why not to tell them that? Or, why to be so closed up, like the way I tend to be sometimes? I don't know why I do it. I don't know why. Maybe I'm not the only one doing that. If you're doing the same thing, please do let me know in the comments, and subscribe if you like what you're seeing. Just me talking random stuff in the nature, just in the cold, which is quite nice. in this beautiful sunlight. And I guess that's it. I got so many things on my mind now that I just need to get out of my head before I think I can get back to my normal routines. And I'm noticing how gym really affects my brain, how much more positive, much more like, I don't know, active I feel when I do it. So these videos are sort of a gym too, you know, and I'm grateful that you're here. Nick, to you as well for encouraging me to do this video this morning, because I was thinking to delay it, but I know that with Nick we never delay things. We do everything right here, right now. And the time is now, you know. The time is now to do what you have to do. Don't delay it, don't put it away, don't procrastinate. You are the God of yourself. So just make sure that you know that, and do you, you know. Sometimes there is no blueprint. Sometimes there is no instructions how to live your life. So just do you. That's the wise man once said. Do you. Wise man once said to a wise man, do you. And I'm going to finish on that. Peace, and take care of yourself and your surroundings. This was Domas from Lithuania. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you all. Take care and peace.